Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I uploaded my last video, which was around 2 months ago, but I was really busy settling down in Singapore with my academics, my midterms. But now that I'm free, I would love to help you guys in getting to know more about the application process because I believe the MSc program applications have now opened for the 2025 intake. So let's just dive into it. So the applications for the MSc program opened on 1st of October 24 for the 2025 intake, and I would like to tell you guys that I personally did not give any competitive exam like the GMAT or the GRE or the TOEFL exam. Reason being, it was wholly on merit. So in this video I am just sharing my experiences and some advice on how you can ace your application, and if you are on the same boat, don't worry, because there is still a very high chance for you to get into NUS. NUS requires you to have English proficiency, which is why they want you to give the exam. But in case you have already done your undergraduation in English language, you just need proof from the university for the same. Now also I would like to tell you guys that our classes for the business students particularly, it is held in HSS buildings, which is just connected to the Mokhtar ERD building, which is the business building of NUS. Now we will directly move on to the application process. I will try to walk you through the basic details, and I want to emphasize on a few things which I will cover up. So moving on to the application process, you will start off with the basic details, which includes your personal particulars, your title, family name, date of birth, citizenship, passport number, etc., followed by contact details, your email, alternate phone number. Now, something which is important is that you try to give the alternate email and phone number of someone close to you, like a sibling or a parent, because there's a high chance you miss the communication from the university. So just in case, be very careful about that and double check the information you put in, because if your contact details are wrong and you are considered for the application, they might not be able to reach out to you. This is a genuine issue which happened. This is why I'm warning you. Then you will again have a few details about your family and all the basic details. Now you move on to the academic qualifications. So if you have already done your undergraduation, of course here you will not write expected completion. I applied last year when I was doing my undergraduation, but again you have to fill in all these details. You have to convert, if your GPA was calculated out of 10, you will have to convert it out of 5 for NUS. Then again you have your awards and prizes. This is something important. I personally feel it is important because you differentiate here, right? I would say try to put in awards or prizes for which you have certifications, as you can submit it as proof. So be very, very transparent with all the details that you are putting in here, because it is very, very important. Now again you have source of information, how you got to know about the program. So I was just searching, so I just found NUS as a very good option for me, and I also had conversations with my relatives. Now these are your health and support information. This is also an important factor, because NUS considers these aspects very carefully. Then again you have languages and work experience. So personally I just had internship experience for 2 or 3 months, which is why I did not differentiate here, but I would like to talk about it later when we get to the motivational letter. Then you have these questions which I don't want to get into detail, but I would suggest you guys to be very, very transparent, because NUS takes integrity. So of course now you have a few of the document submissions that are required by the university. I will name them, but I will also put them down in the description for you to refer to it later, or you can just pause the video and note it down. First and foremost, the most important is your passport scan copy. Resume. I feel like resume is optional, but I did put in my resume. Source of finance is also a very important document, because if you are self-funding your education without loans or any subsidies, you need to give a proof to the university that you have enough money to sponsor your education. So keep that in handy. Letter of medium of instruction, again English proficiency, which I mentioned before. Academic transcripts is also something that they require along with degree scroll. But for me, as I did not graduate, I submitted the transcripts till the last semester, and once I graduated I had to resubmit my degree scroll and transcripts, which were verified from my university. They directly coordinated. And lastly, letter of motivation. This is the most important document which I feel you should really work hard on, because my entire interview was based on my letter of motivation. So I will get into the details of that, and now I would like to focus on the letter of motivation, which I feel is very important. So I will run it through you guys. I will try to share it with you. So basically I split it up in 5 paragraphs, 5 different topics. It is a one pager, so needs to be very precise and you need to be on point. So basically I start with where do I come from and what is my goal. So I tell about something that connects, then what my long-term goal is, and how am I fascinated. So I researched on the website and tried to find people who would actually relate to me. Then moving on to the experience, as I mentioned before, I just had 2 to 3 months of internship experience, but it was part of the experiential learning program from Flame University, which is why I was able to connect it in a very good way. I also talked about my extracurricular, where I was the director of consulting in a club and we had a live project for one of the clients. And then, as I mentioned before, the experiential learning program connects with NUS, because NUS also have an experiential learning program during the summers where you can earn units by doing internships, applying your book knowledge practically. So this is where I mentioned that and connected with NUS. And then of course you have a closing statement. So I want you to work on it very carefully, because my interview was solely based on this. And I feel like if you know what you wrote and the way you describe it during the interview, you will be offered the admission letter. So I hope you got some clarity with the application process. I know it was not in detail, but of course I am available. If you need any help, you can just comment down below or connect with me on LinkedIn for any doubts. I will also share my email ID if you feel that that's a better way to connect. Before I wrap up, I would like to give some advice that you should be very, very disciplined and organized if you get into NUS, because I learned it the hard way and I am just trying to give you that advice right now. Apart from that, you will have a lot of fun with the experience. You will meet a lot of new people, and of course you will have the opportunity to explore Singapore. So until next time, have a good one.